Hello, world champions. Merry Christmas. It's been a good few days for Liverpool FC and its fans. Um, Obviously, I said last time I did a video that hopefully the next one would be as a world champion, and here we are. Um, Before I get into it, just a quick shout out to my team. Got my jacket on. I manage the under-10s, Leighton Park Rangers Sharks. We're in Division 2 out of 7 in the MKDDL Milton Keynes Football League. Had a really good, strong start to the season. We do our seasons in half, so August to December, and Jan till about March. And we've come mid-table. We've always been in Division 2 for a long time, so we're a really strong little side. And this is the badge, Leighton Park Rangers Sharks under 10s. So shout out to them. But yeah, getting back to Liverpool FC. Going back to that Monterrey semi-final, which seems like a long time ago now. Yeah, it was really tense. A lot of people thought it would be a walkover. He did rest some players in that semi-final, but yeah, I mean, we really sneaked through, literally, last minute goal, last minute winner. We went ahead quite early on. Keita, great through ball from Salah. Obviously, they equalised straight away, which sort of pegged us back a little bit. And then, yeah, Firmino in the last minute, Trent assist. After good work from Salah, Bobby gets in there in the front post and knocks it in for a 2-1 win, and off to the final we went. Obviously into that final with Flamengo. That was a really tense game. They got some good players. Gabriel Barbosa, one of the defenders, was good, and I think Henrique, the winger, was also quite a good player. But yeah, I mean, that was really tense, really close. Good big chances from both sides. I think we did have the better of the game overall, but Alisson did have to make a couple of good saves. So again, Bobby pops up, hasn't got as many goals as he'd probably have liked this season, but you know, popping up with the important ones. Gets a goal there, another Trent assist. Just a standard really now, but yeah, a great goal from him. Took his time, a little bit like the Sterling goal against Man City when he played for us a few years back. Just sort of went round the goalkeeper, took his time and found his spot, which was really great. So yeah, world champions, world club champions badge will be on the shirt. We finally get to add that trophy to the Walk of Champions. Salah won the MVP, which I think back in his day used to win a car, but yeah, it's just a little trophy now as the player of the tournament. Was always going to be him, performance-wise or not, wasn't it, in the Middle East? So I was more than happy with that, which was fantastic. I mean, we went out there to win, as Klopp mentioned, 3,000 miles or so, whatever it was. And I actually think it's helped us, to be honest. I think a nice little break away from the stress of the Premier League. We didn't have to play that West Ham game, and we've come back, played on Boxing Day, and then we play again tomorrow against Wolves. And some of the clubs like Man City and Leicester have had to play 2 games with maybe a day, 2-day break. Sorry, we've had a 3-day break. So I think, yeah, I think Klopp's rotated his squad really well, but I think he's got the players to do that, and he's managed it perfectly. And yeah, I think all's looking rosy, isn't it? As I mentioned, the World Club badge will go on the centre of the shirt. We're going to wear it as a one-off special in the Premier League against Wolves tomorrow, and we get to wear it in the Champions League for 1 year, obviously until the next club wins the World Club Championship, if that isn't us. And if it is us, obviously it will just be updated to have 2020 on it instead. So yeah, back to the Premier League then. And yeah, I mean, Leicester away, obviously built up as a really big game. First versus second. Can they cut the gap, or can Liverpool, in a lot of people's minds, sort of win the title here and then? Not even halfway through the season, so a little bit premature. But I mean, wow, what a marker that was. 4-0. Obviously Firmino getting the first one with the Trent assist, which, just standard now. Amount of assists he gets is unreal. I think I saw a stat. He's got to get something like 30 assists in his next 400 games to beat Paul Scholes' record or something. It's just a joke, and he's a right back. It's unbelievable. He's something else. He really is. He's 21 years old, and I'm tempted to get my back on my shirt, to be fair. I mean, if he didn't have such a long name and a big number, maybe he'll do a Chamberlain. He used to have Oxlade-Chamberlain and just change it to Chamberlain. Maybe he'll change it to Alexander or something. Might look a little bit better, but that would be great. Keep on playing the way he's been playing. It's been superb. A dream team, manager's dream. That match, clean sheet. Obviously 2 assists and a goal, which I'll come on to. The second one was a Milner pen. There's been a lot of groaning about handballs. Some people think it's Stonewall, some people think it's not a pen. I'm in the Stonewall club. Obviously the cross comes in. His arm is behind his back, but his elbow is sticking out, and his elbow is away from his body. He leans towards the ball and blocks it unfairly when the ball would have made its way through to 3 Liverpool players behind him. So he hasn't gone in with his leg. He hasn't tried to put his arm away. He's full on with his arm, leaned towards the ball and blocked it away from his body, which, in these days of VAR, it's a pen all day long. Milner's just come on as a sub. First touch, a little bit worried about it, but needn't be. Does what he does. Nice and cool. 2-0 up. That's the game pretty much there. And then Leicester weren't really offering anything, or more of a case of we weren't letting them. 3-0, standard Trent assist. Firmino sort of cuts in again, sort of quite nicely, and curls it into the top corner for 3-0, which was a beautiful goal. And then Trent gets on the score sheet on his own, sort of quite far out. I think it was just outside the box, across the goalkeeper, 4-0. Schmeichel comes out, after the game, the ref's got to make himself a hero, and it's, mate, that game could have been 6 or 7-0. Mane missed 2 glorious opportunities really early on in the first half. Salah could have passed when he went round the keeper as well. Salah hit the bar in the second half, I think. We should have, honestly, that could have been 7. So, it knocks Leicester down a peg or two. I think they lost to the Man City the week before. So that's put a nice little gap between us and them. We're 10 clear of Leicester with 2 games in hand, which is great. And then, obviously, Wolves did an amazing comeback last night, 2-0 down at home to a 10-man Man City, and went on to win the game 3-2, which was superb. So we're 14 clear of City with 1 game in hand. So, we could actually be 16 clear of Leicester and 17 clear of Man City, which is just insane. That's fully capable of doing that. I think West Ham and Wolves are the technical games in hand. So, West Ham have just lost at home to Leicester reserves. So 9 changes they've made for that today, and they've still gone there and won. No Vardy in the squad. I can't see us not winning at West Ham. Wolves aren't easy, but at home I think we should be winning. Obviously away, Wolves is a different story under the lights. I would think at home to Wolves we could win the game. After that, we've got Sheffield United on the 2nd of January. I think it's a Thursday. It's at home again, so it's nice to have a couple of home games now in the busy period, obviously less travelling. After that, we've got another home game, Everton in the FA Cup. So, obviously, Ancelotti's in that game. Not too sure how strong a team each of them will put out in that game. I don't know how serious Klopp will take that. I would think, I'm pretty confident that he will put entire, not entire reserves, but the backup players, the likes of Origi, Shaqiri, Lallana, Milner. I think he's recalled Nat Phillips as well from Stuttgart. So Gomez and Van Dijk don't have to play every game. Most notably that one. So expect 1 or 2. You have an Elliott, a Jones in there, a Williams possibly. So, I would like a run in the FA Cup. I don't see the issue with it because the League Cup just gets in the way because it's in midweek during a really busy part of the season. The FA Cup is nicely spread out after the new year. Every 2 or 3 weekends, I think it is. The FA Cup has a weekend on its own. Obviously, if you're in the FA Cup, your planned Premier League game gets postponed, and that could then, congest the fixtures later on in the run-in. So I get that as well. So possibly Klopp's thinking, let's avoid what we did in the Carabao, the whole mess that was the Villa game, and maybe just focus on the league, which all Liverpool fans are more than happy going to take. Champions League and Premier League is the holy grail. Nothing else really matters at all. We've kind of skipped that bit. We've kind of gone from we can't win anything because we're terrible pre-Klopp to we're actually too good for the domestic cups now, and we want to just focus on the big boys now. So, we're sort of bypassed the Arsenal of the FA Cup. It would be good, or Spurs. Let's get a trophy for the first time in forever. We're looking, and we're actually, arguably we could have won the Prem last year. We're probably going to win the Prem this year. We could have won the last 2 Champions Leagues, so we've got a great chance of winning this one. So it's all looking good. Obviously, speaking about Spurs, after the Everton game, we've got them away. That's followed by United at home, Wolves away, and West Ham away. That West Ham one is the game in hand. And then we've got Southampton at home, and then a little mini break. I think it might be international or possibly an FA Cup weekend, I'm not sure, but there's a 2-week break till the next the next scheduled game after that one. So yeah, I mean, looking at that, you think Wolves is a win, Sheffield is a win. Don't really care about the FA Cup game. Spurs away. I think I could see a draw. I can't see us losing that game. To be fair, I'd take a draw. United at home. I think United away is always hard, but United at home, I'd back us there. Wolves away is not an easy game whatsoever. More than happily take a draw there as well. West Ham away, you've got to win that. Southampton at home, you've got to win that. So, going into maybe sort of February, nearly into March, we should have at least the gap that we have now. Leicester and City are going to drop more points. So yeah, all is looking great. Just quickly on that Wolves game, I expect a few changes. I expect the likes of Milner, Origi, Lallana, and Shaqiri to probably start somewhere. The 11 he put out against Leicester was the strongest team on paper we could put out at the time, barring injuries. Keita's looking really strong in the absence of Chamberlain and Fabinho. So if he picks that 11 again, great. It's only, it's a 3-day break, so they can all quite capably do it, but I would not be surprised to see a Milner, Origi, Lallana or Shaqiri drop in somewhere. Will he rest a Robertson? Will he rest a Wijnaldum? He's mentioned Henderson's good to go for this game, so I wouldn't expect wholesale changes. Maybe 2 or 3, but I mean our squad is quite capable, and it's not really weakened in any way if you drop a Lallana or an Origi or a Milner or a Shaqiri into that team. So yeah, I mean really looking really pleased with the last month. Obviously, really excited for the months ahead, and let's hope that match in April at the Etihad, we can either wrap the title up with a result, or it could already be over and we might even get Guard of Honour. Who knows? With a whole month of the season left. So keep it going, boys. Keep red. Keep strong. Keep going as we are, and yeah, hopefully that Premier League the gold badges will follow that World Club badge. Yeah, we'll see if we get there. So quick one before I leave. Transfer windows obviously on the horizon. I think centre backs mainly the position we've been hit hardest by through injuries. Obviously he's recalled Nat Phillips back, but he's not going to be starting him in the Premier League. So I think Lovren and he did a quick update on the 4 injuries. I think Fabinho is due back in probably late Jan, early Feb. I think Lovren and Matip are due back in middle of Jan. So I doubt he'll bring in a centre back. He needs to, because Matip and Lovren are always injury prone, and you can't be going through December and Jan with 2 fit senior centre backs. It's not good. We've done very well to get through it. Obviously Fabinho can drop in there as well at times, but he's been injured as well. Minamino's coming in Jan, obviously, which will really help going forward. But yeah, I think reinforcements at the back, certainly. I'm not sure when Klein's back, but I mean, full-back areas, we don't have any backup full-backs, especially left-back. So, I know Milner can drop in, but Milner's not a left-back. He's a quality centre midfield player. So I'd like to see a few, reinforcements coming in, but looking how early we got the Minamino deal done, it looks like if we were going to do anything, it would have been wrapped up by now. So I don't expect anything to happen there. But yeah, as I mentioned, let's go Wolves tomorrow. I'll do another quick update probably before the Everton game after the Wolves and Sheffield United match. And I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Cheers.